fact, I just completed one. I just completed a $23 for 10-mile Carrabba's order that came through right around 450 or something like that. We just got it dropped off, and I'm headed back towards our main area where we need to be. Hi, everybody. My name is Craig. Welcome to A Side of Hustle. The goal of this channel is to move 10,000 people from stupidly broken to fully free in soul, heart, mind, strength, and wallet. We are out here putting in the grind, putting in the work with you to encourage you, be with you, help give you any tips and tricks. So make sure you come on in, you hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on the journey to 2,000 subscribers. That's a lot. That's a lot. We are 65 away going into tonight. So please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get the word out there. Jaeger, how's it going? We're rocking and rolling. We're at about 150 on the day. Once again, kind of a slow morning and lunch. That's kind of been the pattern the last couple days. But we've had good suppers, so we're going to see what we can do. I had hopes of getting to 300 today. We're still in that range. So I had 100 for the morning, and then I got 50 so far for the supper shift between $25 Instacart and now basically a $23, $24 DoorDash. So we're at roughly 150. We're looking for 150 more. I would love to try to get this done by midnight. So we'll see. But I mean, just never know when the orders are going to completely drop off and quit on us. It is the first full Saturday of college football. I expected grocery to be just better today than it was, and it wasn't. I did get a lot of small grocery orders done though, so we're up to 157, I believe. 157 grocery orders, so we have 143 to go to unlock Diamond for October, November, December, and hopefully unlock better access to better orders. So we'll see. We'll see what comes up. All right, now this is a large catering order, but it's not good. It is $9 for 7 miles. So that has definitely been a pattern of late. More of these large catering orders do not have tips that are even close to making them worth taking. So we're going to pass on that. That was from Mizu, a sushi place. It was like 9 sushi rolls. But that's what it's going to be. We're going to try to be picky, but maybe not as picky as we were yesterday, because I passed on a couple of decent ones yesterday, hoping for something better, and we ended up getting nothing for an entire hour. So there's kind of a little bit of ebb and flow. You got to give DoorDash a little, especially after you take something. Now that last one was an okay order, but it wasn't great. It was a lot of miles, not a great drop-off. But we took it because we haven't been seeing many good orders till 5:30 or later. I was like, well, you know what? Let me fill up that time. So good evening to everybody. We're out hunting large catering orders. I am a Platinum Dasher, and my current acceptance rate on DoorDash is, I would love to tell you here in just a second. I want to say it's right around 10%. 12%. 12% is my current acceptance rate on DoorDash. And that's mainly because I had a grocery order earlier this afternoon, that large catering that we just took. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Welcome to A Side of Hustle. So we're going to go see what we can find. Coming to you from Southwest Florida here tonight. In fact, I can turn the camera around because that might be prettier to look at than me. I don't know. That's not really a great view either. But we're going to head down towards where some of our better restaurants tend to be for large catering orders. So I think we're going to set up kind of near pizza. There's college football now. There's kind of college football all day, and I'm hoping that's going to help with just a slightly better selection of orders coming through. So, yes. I mean, honestly, that's like the last couple of days, maybe the 3 days in a row, I've done like 220 to 240, and I just can't see. The afternoons are just really bad, and the mornings have just not been good enough. Mornings and lunches just haven't been good enough. There were no good lunch orders today. All the Instacarts I took this morning were small. So I've done 7 Instacarts today, and for $67. But I just have to do 5 a day in order to get to Diamond on Instacart by the end of September. So Instacart is tomorrow money for me. It's not really about today on those. Obviously, if we can get a good one, we'll take it. But it's DoorDash pays the bills right now, and then we don't even turn on Uber Eats except for 5 or 10 minutes near the end of the night once we've hit what we want to hit. So how are you doing today, Jaeger? Hope that you are doing well. Here we go! We got it! And it's from a place I like, and they like me. The last time I was there, they gave me free pizza. We are going. We got a $14 plus for 6 mile large catering order from Bruno's Italian House. And the last time I was there, not saying it's going to happen again, but they gave me a free slice of pizza, so they know how to talk to me. And the drop-off location is amazing. We are almost to the restaurant already, less than a half mile away. That's our second large catering order of the night. Now again, most of these are not actually catering. It's just what DoorDash calls it. They call them large catering orders, but they're 95% of the time, at least in my market, they're just large orders, which means that the customer paid at least $100. As far as I know, that's anytime I can verify that with receipts. I've never seen an order below $100, and I've seen some that have been just over 100 that count as this. So not every large catering order is worth taking. Is that Kevin? How's it going, Kevin? Hope you're having an awesome Saturday night. So we are going to Bruno's Italian House. They're some of my new favorite people. But the reason we built that good relationship is we're just in there, we were patient and willing to work with them. They are slow, I'm not gonna lie. They do tend to be a little bit slow. That's the trade-off, but sometimes we have restaurants, that's your opportunity to build relationships, and so I know they're not gonna waste any time. They like me. They fed me pizza for free. So this is actually right around here. Yes, you are correct, KDR. It is Naples. We are headed to Bruno's Italian House. It's a $14 plus for, well, it was like 6.7 miles or something when we took it, but I think it's only going to be about 5 miles. 5 miles to the actual drop-off would be my guess. So Bruno's is right at the corner here. So yeah, we are in. This is our second large catering order of the night. First of the stream, I just completed a $23 Carrabba's. So fingers crossed that they're ready, but usually they're not. Let's see, we've got pizza, lasagna, chicken parm, and a salad. But the good news is I can keep an eye on you guys so you won't run away. We'll go check on this really quick. Let's see what we can figure out. And if it's going to be like a really long time, then I'll come back and check in on you guys. All right, but we're here. Hopefully this order's going to be ready soon. right, they said it's going to be 5 or 6 minutes. 5 or 6 minutes, so we kind of know the drill on that. But we'll see, 5:38. So I'll go and check around 5:44, see if it's ready, but I might as well just hang out with you guys. Honestly, I'm going to go ahead and park too, instead of kind of clogging up the road here. Since it's not going to be a quick in and out, we'll just get parked. And I'll hang out with you guys. It actually says pickup is 5:44, so the restaurant's not necessarily behind, it's just fast. So, I'm also listening to the Mets game. This Mets game has been absolute chaos. It's a 8-5 Mets, 8-6 Mets actually. I'm a little bit behind. So it's 8-6 Mets at the end of the 4th inning. So absolute chaos of a game. How did the Mets score there? Oh, Juan Soto hit a home run. Oh, here it is. There we go. My audio just caught up to it. So it's now 8-6 Mets going to the top of the 5th. The Mets have actually scored in every inning. They gave up 5 runs in the first, so they're trying to orchestrate an epic comeback here. So, anyway, hope everybody is doing well. Canada to Naples, 32 hours straight. Yeah, so I haven't done that, but we did, what did we do one time? We did Naples to Wisconsin straight. That's like 27, 28, something like that. It's been a while since I've done it, but we like it down here too. It's pretty expensive, but it's also pretty nice. So we are currently waiting for a large catering order, 2 pizzas, chicken parm. There was something else in there too, right? Oh, lasagna and a salad. So that's what we're waiting for. They said like 5 or 6 minutes. 6 minutes brings it to 44. So I'm gonna go in like 2 because I'm supposed to pick it up at 44 according to DoorDash. So, and you know what I'm gonna do while I wait here too? In case you guys didn't know this, I can't show it to you. It's gonna show the actual customer's address. But if you click the little icon in the top right, the little settings, gear icon, I guess is the best one, and click through, it'll actually give you the customer's address in DoorDash. So I can go ahead and put that in, so I'll be all ready to go. I already know roughly where it's going, but you know. And this is an address that I've been to before. The cool thing is, like, by using Waze, it actually shows you all the places that you've delivered to before, which is kind of cool. So it's like, okay, at least I can have hopes that it'll be somewhat familiar when I get there. All right, so we're gonna go in 1 minute, see if it's ready. That's about the 5-minute time frame. All right, I'm gonna go check this order. We'll be right back with you again. So if it's gonna be a little bit longer, I might just hop in on chat and talk to you guys here. So hang tight, we'll be back. right, we got our order. We're rocking, we're rolling. Everybody hanging out in your patience. This is my second large catering order of the evening. It's 14 plus. It was like 6.7 miles total, but we only have to go like less than 5 now. So, and then I had one before this, was before I went live, it was $23 for like 13 mile or something. I forget what it was. It's in the past. I've already moved on. Limited brain function in space, so I can't remember all those details. All right, and this drop-off is the north end of town, right where we like to be, by the Crust Pizza, Namba Ramen, Fleming Steakhouse, J. Alexander, all those good places. So we're going to be right in range to potentially get another big order right away. This is 2 pizzas, lasagna, chicken parm, and some salads. So here's the only, I've always had this question, so I'd love to know what your guys' take on this is. They put the lasagna and the chicken parm and the salads in the same bag. It's like, am I supposed to put that bag in a bag too to keep it warm or cold? Or I don't know. Usually if it's mixed, I don't even worry about it. I just let it sit. Because I'm like, if you're not going to bag your hot and your cold separately, I don't really see what I can do. Travis Berg, yeah. Mets are trying to make a comeback here today. So I believe we're going to the bottom of the 5th, and it's 8-6. The Mets are losing. But the Mets have actually scored in every inning so far. And they were down 5-0 and 8-2. So this game is far from over the way the Mets bats have been hitting. So we'll see if I got the switch lefty earbud. So we're out here hunting the large catering orders on DoorDash. Trying to find $100 during the stream. That's goal number 1. And then if we can find the 100 during the stream, then we can figure out if it's worth hunting for the next 50. That will get me to a $300 day. But in order to do that and not be like super late, we're gonna need 1 or 2 big ones. We're gonna need like some 30, a couple of 30s or 40 or whatever. 30 to 50 range, or one bigger one than even that would be great. We'll see. It's a Saturday night and people have been ordering big so far. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with us here tonight. So you can put your guesses down in the comments below. What do you think this, I don't know, we'll call it 14 plus. I've had a lot of these coming in just barely over the plus. Like 675 plus turns out to be 7, you know, or 1425 plus turns out to be 15. Obviously more money is always better, but plus doesn't always mean it's going to be way more. It can just be just a little bit more. Jeff McNeil's hitting for the Mets right now. We're just 2 miles away from the drop-off, so, and like I said, the drop-off is right in our main zone. This is like right by where we set up all the time. And that's a key part to all this, is the best nights end up when you drop off right by where you can get big orders again right away. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jeff McNeil. So for those of you guys who were out delivering today, was it a good day? I would just say today was like a below average for a Saturday so far. Now, supper can obviously change things, but there were a lot of Instacart orders this morning, but they were small. Now, again, I'm not Diamond, so I don't get early access to stuff. And then this afternoon, there was just nothing. Like, I actually went home. I had like a late lunch with my family, took a nap for like a half an hour, and then I went back a little bit early just because. And then so far supper's been good, so. But I'm just kind of wondering, like, it just doesn't quite feel like a Saturday in a busier season yet. It doesn't feel like we've quite broken out of the summer slump. All right, we're just over a mile out, getting ready to turn off our main road here. What was it, like 2 or 3 days ago, we delivered and I was still in the customer's driveway and we got sent the next large catering order. So I'm hoping that we can do that. It's still nice and early here. There's time. If we can get good drop-off locations, there's time to get 2 or 3 more big orders in. And I would say probably the night that does the best for like the longest supper stretch, I think, is probably Saturday. Friday you can get better late night food, and Sunday is almost sometimes worse than a weeknight. It's like people like really kind of quit ordering food early on Sundays in my market. Like a lot of times 8 o'clock is a pretty hard stop. Saturday nights are the nights where a lot of times I'm finding I can get like decent sized supper orders till 9 o'clock, sometimes even 10 o'clock. If I could only deliver 1 day a week, I would pick Saturday. So like that's all you're allowed. Saturday would be my day. Passing by a Goodwill that we source at pretty regularly for our eBay store. So if you guys want to follow along on the eBay journey, I'm revitalizing the eBay store. The goal is to move from this, food and gig delivery being the full-time income, and eBay being supplemental, and flip-flop those. And the good news is I don't even necessarily have to slow down on food and gig delivery for eBay to speed up, because as long as I can get the eBay systems in place, it's not going to take significantly more time to be full-time than it is, side hustle money. And so, you want to see the palm trees? As soon as, KDR, let me get out of the neighborhood, because I don't want to show the neighborhood where I'm delivering, but I'll flip the camera around once we drop off and get out of the neighborhood. I've been seeing lots of like YouTubers, gig tubers have been getting suspended recently for either accidentally or just ignorantly showing customer information. So I'm trying to be like super careful right now, but we will. There are lots of palm trees around. All right, let's figure out the exact number. We're like on the right block now. It's just a matter of finding the house. I've arrived. And then it's this one. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I see how we're going to do. We're just going to get turned around. That way I'm facing the right way when we're done. I often like to do this if I'm not in a time crunch. Sometimes you're in a time crunch and you can't afford to do this. But if I'm not in a time crunch, I like to just turn around so I'm already facing the right way. Then let's just grab it. Go. Hold on. Be right back with you. they don't display it all right now. So, but 1480 was the total. So we'll take it. It's our first delivery of the stream. So 1480 in the first half an hour. Hold on, KDR. We'll get there. Just give me a minute. No, I can't. Maybe some of you guys, like, I don't even remember all the names, but I've seen like so many different videos popping up on YouTube of I got suspended from Walmart or suspended from DoorDash or all these things. I cannot afford to do that right now. When I get to the point where it's not as big of a deal, but right now, this is paying the bills. It's just Naples, but it's also the internet. As soon as we get back on the main road, we'll turn everything around and let you guys see what's looking like a nice blue sky. Some clouds, no rain again today. It's kind of been the story of the summer. Just nowhere near the amount of rain we're used to getting in summertime here in Naples. So Mets did not score in the fifth, so 8-6. 8-6 Marlins over the Mets, top of the sixth. Brooks Raley pitching first. Alright, well, so right at the corner, right to the right, I don't know if you guys are going to get to see it or not. Nah, not quite. That's one of my favorite Goodwills. Alright, so we can go high-end steakhouse, we can go pizza, we can go sushi. You guys tell me. They're all roughly the same area. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but I'll give you a Fleming Steakhouse, ramen and sushi, or the crust pizza. You guys tell me where you want me to set up, at least for the next little bit. Nico, how's it going? Happy Saturday to you. So sushi, steak, pizza. I'm leaning towards steak. I'm feeling the steak right now. So we're gonna, if I don't see something else, that's where I'm going. I just go by gut. So we've been noticing the large catering orders, they can come from about a roughly a 5-mile circle is what I've seen. I haven't seen anything further than that yet. So I don't think there's quite one spot. I think my town is a little bit bigger than 10 miles total, but I can cover at least the entire central and north half, or the entire central and south half of my zone. And right now we're in the north half, so that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna kind of park over here where there's not a lot of cars. I do need to work on my front headlight too. Vitalik, how's it going? Because I saw it's not on again, and I'm gonna, instead of waiting, I got my duct tape here. So instead of waiting till it's dark to try to fix it, I'm gonna actually try to fix it in the daylight when I can see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna, on my phone with me, and if I get an order, do that. So you're gonna see the hood go up here for a second, but for some reason, when it jostles around, it just comes loose. So the light bulb is good, but the wiring is bad. So I'm gonna try to fix that so we're good to go while we're not on an order, and I'll let you know if we get something. Well, it's not cooperating as much as it has been the other night, so we'll have to see. We may have to call it early tonight, but we'll see. I'm still good for at least another little bit. I'm going to wiggle it and work with it here for just a bit. If we can't get it figured out, we will make a change from there. So, no orders come through yet. Alright, well, we'll see. I got it temporarily. I got to drive a little bit, see if it's going to hold. Because one other thing we can't do is we can't get a ticket. So, alright, we're going to head over to a different parking lot here. Just going to go across the street and I'm going to run in and do a quick bathroom break actually. We'll do that, and then I realized what I hadn't done. We have been, anytime we get like a couple of good orders in a row, it's gone silent. And then so what I've been starting to do is actually ending my DoorDash dash, and then I just start a new one. And that seems to be working a lot better. Well, while I was working on the light in the car, I stepped in gum while I was out there, so that was really fun as well. It was a fun little adventure, and I'm going to see. It might be time to do a real replacement on this. This might have to be a tomorrow project or a Tuesday project. We'll see. So this is over by Namba Ramen and Sushi. That's right here. That's the Namba. So I'm gonna just park at Publix here real quick and run in. Do a quick little bathroom break. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm gonna try to beat the timer on this so you guys can keep an eye on the car. But I'm not going to leave it running, of course. Alright, I'll be back with you guys shortly. Well, the temporary rig for my headlight seems to still be working. No, that was just, I just did a quick little bathroom break. Sorry guys, had to do a bathroom break. We're battling this front headlight with a car. All right, so I just turned DoorDash back on. So we had taken 2 large catering orders, and then we, what we're doing is we're just taking a break. All right, Bree, how's it going? Do I find pizza orders tip more? Like, I feel that most pizza orders have a tip on them. I think pizza and coffee are the most consistent tippers. The coffee culture is very much a tipping culture, and the pizza culture has always been that. That being said, I mean, I'm talking like real pizza too. Like if you're just delivering Little Caesars, which is economy, you know, bread, tomato sauce, and maybe cheese, that's not going to necessarily be, you know, that's not going to necessarily be a good tipping order, because that's not true like pizza. When you think of like, you know, I would say it's got to be at least Papa John's, Pizza Hut level. Most of those are going to have tips on them. There will always be some no tippers, no matter which. But oh, really? Maybe it's just because I never take them. But this is my general tipping philosophy. The more people that you are delivering for, the more likely there will be a tip. And this is why. It's the accountability factor. So if you've got, say, let me turn the camera around so you're not just staring at a truck. You know, if one person orders, they're less likely to tip if it's just for one, right? If 2 people order, you know, it's more likely that one of them's going to say, hey, did you tip? Did you include a tip? If it's 3 or 4 people, it's almost certain that someone's going to say, someone's raised in that culture where tipping is appropriate. So you have to remember, this whole idea of get rid of tipping is very much like an internet culture sort of thing. It's not a real world culture. So it's only people who live in an internet world kind of live in a no tipping world. Most people understand that it's gonna, I think tipping culture is actually good as long as it's not demanded but earned. Now, I still do disagree that these apps underpay. We're gonna start moving, by the way. I'm not gonna hang anywhere super long. It's a Saturday night. We cannot be wasting time like last night. We can't lose an entire hour like we did last night with like no orders. So, but no, I think tipping culture is good, because otherwise you're going to pay more for inferior service. So as long as there's like a base pay, well, that's true. Yeah, Starbucks is overpriced. But I also think Starbucks is like, that starts to get away from what a true coffee shop and true coffee culture is all about too. Just like Little Caesars isn't really pizza culture. You know, even like Papa John's, you know, but like the old traditional local pizzeria, I would say if there's any correlation, I would say the nicer restaurants bring bigger tips, and local restaurants bring bigger tips, because people just always tend to, I don't know how to say it, but I guess they tend to feel like they're supporting a small business when they're ordering from local restaurants. So, but I would say the biggest factor always tends to be the more people that they're ordering food for, the more adults specifically, not necessarily kids. People don't always tip well for kids' meals. Now the opposite, the worst tipping though, is dessert people. Cookie people. Pepe's Pizza in Naples, I have not had theirs. There are quite a few pizza places in Naples I like, but I have not had Pepe's KDR. I've not delivered from there either. I don't even know if they're on any of the apps. Alright, so we're going to just kind of move. We've been hanging out, normally we can hang out the north end of town until like 8 o'clock, but it's been kind of dead. The north end has not been North End has not been particularly good recently. Doesn't mean we won't get sent back there once we get a little far away. Remember, we're thinking about a 5-mile radius. So, no Powerball for me tonight, Bree, but if you bought a ticket, good luck to you. all the math, and I understand some people just do it for fun, but we don't have any extra fun money right now. But all the math says playing the lottery is a loser's game from the financial side. So any spare dollar I have is going towards more and better eBay inventory for our store. So this is 10 for 6 from Outback, but a bad drop off, so we're going to pass on that. I'm going to try not to pass on a $2 per mile order, even if it's not like a plus. Yeah, as long as the drop off's good. I'll try to be a little bit nicer to DoorDash tonight. 8 for 6, we're going to pass on that. But as soon as we start heading south, there's a bunch more orders starting to come through. By the way, while we were on that bathroom break, the Mets tied it up. Juan Soto hit his second home run of the game. It is now 8-8 for that Mets game. Now, if all y'all want to buy one and split the winnings with me when you win. But no, that's probably a video I'm going to make for the channel at some point in time. Why the lottery is a losing proposition. $9 for 12 miles for 2 pickups. Yeah, that's not a good deal at all. I hope everybody is having a great Saturday, whether you are playing the Powerball or not. So the Marlins got out to a 5-0 lead, and they later in the game had an 8-2 lead. It is now tied up 8-8. Maybe we'll kind of head down. I don't know. We could go. All right, should we go Outback? Should we go Cheesecake Factory? Where should we go, everybody? Yes, I thought that orders were going to be a little bit better today because of college football. So, but it was a lot slower during like morning and lunch than I thought it was going to be. Outback? Alright, sounds good. We just passed it. I'm going to get turned around because it's on the other side of the road. That's where we got, not Outback, but that parking lot is where we got our first large catering order from Bruno's Italian House, the one we had just dropped off. Like I said, I got to keep an eye on my headlight as we get close to like 8 o'clock and $5 for 5 mile on DoorDash. All right, Miami takes the lead 9-8. There's a Cheesecake Factory large catering, but it's only $7. So someone who could drop $100+ on food could only drop $5 on a tip, so we're going to pass on that. to go. I can't see when you're just parked there. All right, so we're gonna go park over by Outback for a few minutes. If we can find a good order over there. If not, we will move in a little bit. I know there's like one. Wow, FSU is beating Alabama 24-10. It's not over yet though. It's never over with Alabama. 12 minutes in the fourth quarter. That's why I saw Ohio State beat Texas. So Ohio State might be the #1 team because they were number 3 and they beat the #1. We'll do a nice college football rundown. We'll do that. How about a second? Sitting at a red light. Next, we can turn the camera around for everybody. We need about $35 more to get to 200 on the day. I was hoping to get to 100 for supper, but after those first 2 orders we slowed down. So same thing as yesterday. I really do think there's something to DoorDash is trying, even among platinum drivers, they're trying to split up the orders so they don't all go to the same person. Alright, here's the Outback Plaza. That's Outback right there at the corner. All right. There's some palm trees for y'all. All right, Jeff McNeil gets a leadoff triple for the Mets here in the bottom of the 7th. Mets are down 9-8. All right, here's college football scores for those of you who care. Miami Hurricanes play tomorrow night. That's my team against Notre Dame. Let's see. On Thursday, South Florida upset number 25 Boise State 34-7. On Friday, Illinois beat Western Illinois 52-3. Last weekend, Iowa State beat Kansas State 24-21. And then for today's game, number 24 Tennessee beat Syracuse 45-26. Number 20 Indiana beat Old Dominion 27-14. Number 3 Ohio State beat number 1 Texas 14-7. That game was at Ohio State. It's a little home turf advantage there. Number 7 Oregon is beating Montana State 52-6. Number 18 Oklahoma is over Illinois State 7-0. That's just the end of the first quarter. Number 22 Iowa State 55-7 over South Dakota. Number 5 Georgia up over Marshall 45-7. Number 2 Penn State 46-3 over Nevada. And then again, the upset in the making right now. Number 8 Alabama is currently down 24-10 to Florida State, but they do have the ball first and goal. So. All right, we're gonna take this order. It's 2 orders for the same customer picked up from the same restaurant, and it's just gonna reposition us downtown. I can't see that. Anyway, so it's $14.50 for 5 miles. So, and it's a good positioning, and it's gonna reposition us somewhere else. All right, the Mets do not score after the leadoff triple. They leave McNeil on third. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and, this is not a large catering, but it is still $3 a mile. And this will reposition us. Since there's been kind of slow north end of town, the pickup is actually downtown. So, of the 5 miles, let's see how many of those miles we have to drive right now. It's 4.2 miles to the restaurant. It's 5 miles total for the delivery. So, maybe DoorDash just wants us to move down there. Sometimes, I kind of think these apps hint a little bit at saying, hey, guess what? We kind of like you over here. We'll give you an order that'll take you in this direction. Can't prove it, just a gut feeling that I always like to kind of just go back. You know, it's never a bad strategy to just go back to wherever your last order came from. Especially if you could see and tell they were busy when you were there. Alright, so we gotta go like 4 miles. It's gonna take us like all the way downtown. But again, that's a good reach, like from where we are, like 4.2 miles. Means we would almost be in range for large catering orders from downtown restaurants from the central part of town. So I really do need to measure it out, but all right, so we are moving. We actually picked up an order from this place a couple of streams ago. I forget what it's called. Warren American Whiskey Kitchen. That's what. So I think it's like bar food and stuff. So a $15 for 5 mile order. Yeah, somehow they just got 2 orders. Sometimes the apps actually split them into 2 orders, and sometimes the customer just realizes, oh wait, I forgot to order this as well. So they just put in a quick second order, and then DoorDash will try to bundle them up. last time we did this pickup, parking was kind of tough to find. So we'll see what that's looking like here tonight. We're on our way for this pickup. It's $15 for 5 miles. But 4 miles plus is just driving to the restaurant. So I always like that. I would much rather drive a little while to get to the restaurant and then have a quick drop off than have a quick pickup and then have to drive a really long way. There's just less chance of things happening, quicker deliveries to the customer. Right, because all the base fees, like when you make a separate order, like all your base DoorDash fees, and a lot of times there's like a discount and stuff. They stay the same as if you're like doing it, no matter how much you order. So yeah, it's always better to make sure you have everything in your first order before you click through. But I have had a few times, especially like really big orders, where DoorDash sent me a message. It's very busy. Keep dashing and earn more. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm literally going to pick up an order. But yeah, it was like on really big orders, sometimes they will split them. That was our party. I think everybody's Party City closed, but our Party City closed. And whenever we had like big balloon orders from there, they always kind of split them up. Of course, like when it's supper time, there's always these little dinky Instacart orders that I was taking all day anyway. But now they're just like sitting there. I'm like, that's what I needed all afternoon. I would have done $7 to $10 Instacart orders all afternoon, but there just weren't any out there. But there's probably enough drivers like me who switch over and are doing like restaurant stuff, so that's why those orders sit there now. But I just can't. It's just not worth taking them when there's a chance of much bigger and better orders out there. All right, we're just about a mile out from the restaurant. Yep, we're less than a mile out from this restaurant. This is $15 for 5 mile order. But again, most of those 5 miles was just driving to the restaurant. The drop-off's like a handful of blocks away, and which is good because that means we're going to be right by good restaurants when we drop it off. First time I picked up from this restaurant, it was a long wait. Last time it was a little bit of a wait. We'll see. I had to drive a little further this time though. So we'll see if we get a different result this time. Alright, we are just like a block or two away from the restaurant here. At least it's not super sunny tonight, so we've been staying nice and cool. And now here comes the adventure. Will there be parking? Will there be parking? Not there. No parking at all. Some side street parking. No. No parking back here. No parking back here. So we might have to just put on the flashers if we can find a place to not block anybody in. Alright, I could do that one. This one's even closer though. Alright. We're gonna do this, but I'm gonna stop the car. I could, but I'm gonna go check, and if it's gonna be like a really long time, then maybe I'll just drive around till a parking space opens up. All right, we got it. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Just gotta do all the verification stuff. One of the handles on their bags broke too, so. All right, we do not have to go far at all. And funny enough, the spot right in front of me just opened up. So where are we going? We'll find out, I guess. All right. All right, so we got to go like a half mile to drop this one off. So it's technically a double, but it's all picked up from the same place. It's all dropping off of the same place, but it's officially going to show up as 2 orders. Mitts are down by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Juan Soto at the plate with 1 out here. 9 to 8 Marlins. Yeah, that wasn't too long at all, Bree. That only took like 2 or 3 minutes, so not too shabby. Okay, so we're actually dropping off at a restaurant. That's funny. This is bar food. Oh boy. I have to fix that. So, but I'm not familiar with this particular restaurant or bar, whatever it is. It's probably a bar. Oh yeah, it's called Sidebar, so it's a bar that's on a side alley. That makes sense now. Alright, so we're also going to have to figure out parking over here too. But drop-off's going to be right close to Magic Dumpster, so that's good. Or see if there's like a back alley entrance. Okay, so I see. Oh, can't park here. That's private parking. I think I can park back behind, but there's a car blocking my way to get back behind because they're letting somebody out. Yeah. I see the girl out there waiting to get the food too. All right. We're gonna park here. Just throw the flashers on. Find a spot to park. All right, so a couple things. I can help you too. This one's leaky. So
Okay, got it.
that's the mac and cheese and it's leaky.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so, and then one of their handles broke too. It's like, oh my goodness. There's that one. There's that one.
Thank you.
And then I just need to see if I need a picture or not. So that's
Okay. It's always so dramatic with all the bags.
Yeah, make it as complicated for you as possible. That's our goal.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, these guys, and they never put silverware in this place, but.
All right, we got that all dropped off. Yeah, well, just downtown. Downtown here is. All right, so we got that done. We just. All right, so we're actually close to Magic Dumpster, which is fine. I don't want to set up right at Magic Dumpster yet, though. It's a little early. Try to figure out how to. There we go, large catering order, which is actually going to bring us by Magic Dumpster. This is from Lola41. Large catering order, $6 plus for 1.4 mile. So, like I said, they repositioned us down here. I sometimes think that these apps do that on purpose. Like they're going to move you to where they actually want you to be. And in this case, they got us right where we wanted to be. All right, so there, depending on what's available, we might actually park by Magic Dumpster. Sometimes, every once in a while, there's a street parking spot here. But last night, we had multiple people parking by Magic Dumpster, so we couldn't even park in our normal spot. All right, but the good news is, well, the bad news is this place is also slow, too. That's the bad news. But the good news is, it's close by, and the drop-off, again, it's 1.4 miles, but like a half, it's going to be less than a mile from the pickup to drop off. Ooh, this is not I don't normally come out over here. Get into the lane I need to get in. That got me all like twisted up. I know my downtown really well, but there's a few alleys that I just never need to go through. So it's all good though. Well, there was a street parking spot, but someone just got it. So now we're going to go to the alley. And it is going to be Magic Dumpster time, guys. No one's parked in my Magic Dumpster spot tonight. So, you're going to get to see it with a yellow lid. There's Magic Dumpster. So everybody can say good evening to Magic Dumpster. I'm going to go run and get this. Hopefully it'll be ready. I'll send some updates if there's going to be a wait. All right. And you can watch all the back alley traffic. All right, we're picked up. What way does this want us to go? Oh man. What are you doing? You're blocking the road. All right, sorry, I think we're back. just long enough to get timed out on that. All right, but we are almost to the drop off. We've got less than, it was like 1 mile away from the restaurant. So again, at least this is going to be quick. Even if this is not a huge order, I always get nervous when it's like $6 plus. It's like, it's, a lot of times it ends up being $7. But we'll find out here shortly. We're going to go drop this off. I got no idea what y'all are talking about in the chat, but that's okay. Now I just have Tiny Dancer stuck in my head, though, even though that's not even the same song you're talking about. Hold me close, Tiny Dancer. All right, I gotta find this address here. Yep, all right. I matched the door. We're good. All right, we're gonna go drop this off. Yep, $7.54. This is just kind of what has happened, and I think a lot of it has to do with just the lack of good drivers that are out there. Also maybe some of the economic stuff, but all these people that we're delivering to these nice orders, these are nice houses. I think it's just people have had poor experiences and they're pulling back on how much they tip. So even, it's multiple times that we've seen like $100 order with a $5 tip on it. And so the market is always adjusting. People have learned that they're going to get their food no matter what. Here we go, there's another one. Cheesecake Factory, $7 for 3 miles for a large catering order. Also though, like I said, there's some sort of gamesmanship that's going on here too. That DoorDash plays, because I know there are other good large catering orders out here too, but DoorDash is not going to always just show you the best of the best. And so we're gonna just kind of adjust. We're gonna see what we got. Yep, $2 base pay plus a $5 tip, but that's on a $100 plus order that you're going to have to almost certainly wait for and different things. I mean, to me, that's the biggest reason, beyond you want your food taken care of, but the biggest reason you should tip well if you make a big order is you're almost certainly asking the Dasher to wait for you some at the restaurant. Now, people don't necessarily understand that, but yeah, I mean, once upon a time, every large catering order in my town was like $20 plus. And nowadays I can see, and every once in a while I'll take one just to double check, but there's just not hidden tips on these things. It's just, That's just what it is. A lot of people are just tipping $5, no matter how big their order is. And so it's kind of definitely an adjustment that people have made in the market overall. So it's kind of sad, but DoorDash is kind of the one that did it. All right, this is $13 for 4 mile from Grubhub, so we're gonna take it. We got to go a little bit away from downtown, but then come back downtown. It's Morello's Pizza. We actually did a pickup there last night, I think. But I'm not gonna turn off DoorDash yet. Okay. You don't have to stop, dude. It's a circle. Have they put traffic circles in by you guys, like all over the place, and people have no idea how to navigate them? What are you doing, dude? Oh, what are you doing? You're just sitting here. I have no idea what you're doing. Just drive. You got places to go. Mets have one on with one out here in the bottom of the ninth, down by 3 now. So a 21 for 13 that DoorDash just sent us. We're gonna pass on that. All right, Mets have 2 on with 2 outs here on the bottom of the ninth. I think we're going to keep the stream going until the end of the Mets game, and at that point, I think we are going to be done for the evening. So that'll probably bring us through, or I'll stay with you till I get to the pizza place. Kind of whatever comes first. No balls and 2 strikes on Cedric Mullins. One ball, 2 strikes, Cedric Mullins. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. So we're headed to Moravella's Pizza. We're just going to pick it and drop it off. And you know what I'm going to do while we do this? And Cedric Mullins strikes out. The Mets end up losing the game. We're going to end our DoorDash for now, too. And I think with that, that's going to be the time to be done. But we did find some large catering orders. No huge payouts tonight. But we made some decent money. I'm going to just stay out for a little while. And there's always a chance we'll go on late night for fun, too. So if I get bored and the orders are decent. But I'm going to go grab this pizza order and get it dropped off and keep on going. But for now, I think we're going to at least take a breather. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. That way the next time we go live, you will be notified. We'll be live again tomorrow for supper time right around 5 o'clock. We will probably do a separate Miami Hurricanes college football game stream tomorrow while doing delivery as well. So we're on the way to 2,000 subscribers. We are now 64 away. So whoever's our newest subscriber, thank you so much. We appreciate you. So you guys can hit that subscribe. But yeah, not crazy amazing, but we at least made some money, and that's always a good thing. So I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer, but we'll take a break. And like I said, there's always a chance we'll pop up late night for fun. So, and as always, I appreciate all of you. Sorry we brought a Mets loss and no crazy good orders, but it was still a good night. So, all right, we'll catch you on the next stream. Have a good night, everybody.